Here's the Writer's Allman Brother for Friday, March 27th, 2026. It's the birthday of film director, screenwriter, actor, and foot surgeon Quentin Tarantino. Born to two spiders who made love in a California prison, he started cultivating his chin at an early age, studied wagging it at the Miyagi-Do Dojo in Reseda, California, where he honed the ability to speak at a higher and higher pitch while getting really excited about himself. Of the 9 movies he's directed, 3 have received Oscar nominations, including Best Reckless Use of the N-Word by an Overconfident White Person, Outlandish Display of Misogyny in a Continuous 8-Minute Shoot-'em-Up, and Chinniest Chinny Chin Chin. Chin. It was on this day in 2022 that actor Will Smith wrote a poem on the left side of comedian Chris Rock's face at the 94th Academy Awards. It was a pantoum, in that it sounded like this. Pantoum! Rock had moments earlier written a poem about Smith's wife's alopecia, which he had titled, Jane Says, I'm Done with Nutrafol. Today is the birthday of Mariah Carey, singer, songsmith, probable tea kettle. She was born Mahalia Jackson in 1911 New Orleans, grew paler and smaller as she traveled forward in time at 2.5 speed like a podcast about a freight train naked in a rose petal bath with click, click, too many heels on fire. In 1994, during an interview for an MTV documentary on Alexander Solzhenitsyn, Carey was asked what she wanted for Christmas. You can have anything, the interviewer said. The stars, an internal combustion engine with a bank account bolted to it. Oliver North. Her answer gave rise to the most insidious earworm in modern musical history. A composition so invasive, so diabolically virulent, it has been used by U.S. counterintelligence to weed out the deepest layers of the global neo-communist menace threatening our very future. All I want for Christmas, she said, is for Joni Mitchell to write a song in which she addresses me by my surname and calls me a mean old daddy. That would be heaven. And it's the birthday of poet Frank O'Hara. Born a cartoon dune buggy on Fire Island, he beeped into the city up and down its rainy streets, in and out its bars and sheets. He did this, he did that. His poems certainly never sat down. Their pants were too tight. One night, in World Financial Center Plaza by the river, he hewed an iron fence out of one of his verses. One of Whitman's, too, who was his dad. It's still there now. Go look at it. I'm serious. Steel, maybe. I'm not a metallurgist. When he died, 50 years ago this July, every brainy living boy in New York thought he was Frank's widow, and now every poet born post-1966 believes themselves Frank incarnate, with his picture smoking as our screensaver, and a peppy ripple through our depression on better days, of which this is one, because, in a way, he's in it. Here's a poem for today by Frank O'Hara called To Hell With It. Hungry winter this winter, meaningful hints at dismay to be touched, to see labeled as such perspicacious Colette and Vladimirovich meet with sickness and distress. It is because of sunspots on the sun. I clean it off with an old sock and go on. And blonde Gregory dead in fallout on a highway with his Broadway wife, the last of the Lafayettes. How I hate subject matter. Melancholy intruding on the vigorous heart. The soul telling itself, you haven't suffered enough. Hyalomiel, and all things that don't change. Photographs, monuments, memories of Bunny and Gregory and me in costume bowing to each other in the audience like jinxes. Nothing now can be changed, as if last crying no tears will dry, and Bunny never change her writing of the bear, nor Gregory bear me any gift further beyond liking my poems. No new poems for him. And a large red railroad handkerchief from the country in his sports car, so like another actor. For sentiment is always intruding on form, the immaculate disgust of the mind, beaten down by pain and the vileness of life's flickering disapproval. Endless torment pretending to be the rose of acknowledgement, courage, and fruitless absolution, hence the word hip. To be cool, decisive, precise, Yes, while the barn door hits you in the face each time you get up, because the wind, seeing you slim and gallant, rises to embrace its darling poet. It thinks I'm mysterious. All diseases are exchangeable. Wind, you'll have a terrible time smothering my clarity. A void behind my eyes, into which existence continues to stuff its wounded limbs, as I make room for them on one after another filthy page of poetry. To Hell With It by Frank O'Hara, used without permission here on the Writer's Allman Brother, supported by Godiva, Gallop Through the Town Square Itchless, and Show Them Your Candy Wrapper. Until next week, be well, don't jerk off, and pack a lunch.